All right, so everyone, good evening. Welcome to today's market review session with us at EasyFX Academy. And as I'm sure you know, right, we have this session every Sunday, 9 p.m., right, because we will just, we see the need anyway to at least give some level of daily bias or some level of bias for what we expect for each commodity during the course of the week, right? So that's why we have these sessions every Sunday, right, just before market open, so we can just look at chart together. What should we be expecting? How can we capitalize on all of those, expectations, right, and become at least profitable during the course of the week? All right. So that being said, let's just see. I'm just scrolling through some of the other commodities to just see if I can spot anything right off the bat. But all that being said, let's just start with DXY. So first off, we'll look at the currency indices together to just have an overall idea of the individual strengths, all right, of each of those currency pairs, or each of those currencies rather. Then we can look at them relatively with other currencies. All right, so let's start with DXY, which is the US dollar index, right? And the US dollar index basically tells you the relative strength of the US dollar, and we can see currently that overall we look to be bullish. All right, overall we still look to be bullish, and basically what that means is that we should be looking for more reasons to enter for the buy. For me, I think this is one such areas I'll be watching out for that buy. So I'll see price still drop a little bit into this region around there. This will be my demand region, or my high zone rather, between 105.240 and 104.222. Some brokers allow you to trade, or allow people to trade this commodity DXY. Right? So if at all you're able to, if your broker allows you to do that, I think this is a very good opportunity you can capitalize on. However, definitely I'm not expecting to just wait, put your balance here, put your stop loss here, right? What you can easily do is to work based off of lower time frame confirmation. So this is what you I'll be doing throughout here. Will be to work based on daily and 4-hour time frames. Just give you a general outlook. You can go to the lower time frames using your own confirmation entries to watch out for the best points to enter, and then you can just use that low as your stop loss or whatever you want to work with. Right? Basically, what I published this week on DXY. So maybe during Monday or during market open towards the end of Monday, we can get to see price come comfortably into this zone, and then we get to see our proper buy from there on DXY. So I hope that is clear. Right, tonight I promise you we're not going to take too long on this call. We're just going to go straight to the point and we'll be done soon. Right, so let's look at AXY, the Australian dollar currency index also. And I think for this, we can be watching out for some level of bearish region between 65.82 and 65.63. That is my current supply region and my current resistance, so to speak. All right, I want to see price still push up a little bit. If we come down to the 4-hour time frame or the 2-hour time frame or even the 1-hour time frame, you see that we have this equal high liquidity here to still sweep, right? So I want to see price to still push up, sweep that liquidity, come into that zone. Then we get to see a consideration for the overall sell, all right, on this guy. So I hope that is clear also for AXY. All right, next up is CXY, the Canadian dollar currency index, and quite simply something similar is also what I'm expecting. I don't see price still push up a little bit. Let me pull this back a little. Yeah, so I want to see price push up a little bit, and then we get to see the drop also from there. So you see that every single time, and this is something that you can just have it at the back of your mind, every single time that you see a commodity or any pair rather open with a gap, right, especially during the as a result of Friday to Monday movements, right? Once you see a gap, expect that eventually price will come to use that gap. This same way, there are two major ways you can look at an imbalanced candle, right? So let me just draw one quickly and explain what I'm saying right now. So an imbalanced candle can act as two things. It can either act as a region for liquidity to be swept, or it can act as a region for price to act as maybe an inefficiency and then push price either as a support or a demand. What I mean by that is one of two things. So number one is, as a region for liquidity, price can easily come up and fill up that imbalance, totally fill it up so that you don't have any space left behind. And also price can come into that imbalance and then react towards the downside, at least in this case. So you have imbalance then acting as a form of supply, all right, for price to work with. So basically the same thing applies for a gap. A gap can either act as a region for liquidity to be swept, which happened in this case, so that we had this massive gap and price had to come and clear and fill up that gap rather. So yeah, we've had that happen. Also, sometimes the gap can actually act as a supply or demand region where price just come into that gap and then go in the opposite direction. So the initial is what we're having, where price actually came to fill up that gap. So basically, I'm just expecting price to sell from here in the course of the week between 71.67 and 71.53 is my current supply. All right, that I'm watching out for on CXY. Last but not least, on our on the commodities that we're looking at, on the indices rather that we're looking at is GBPY basket. And I think for this week, we can be watching out for this guy to be bearish. Yes, I think I'll be very much bearish on this guy during the course of the week. Price has swept this previous liquidity here, and this price has swept this equalizer liquidity here, push towards the upside, swept trend line liquidity also from here. And now I have this interesting pivot region basically marked out here. I'm watching out for that sell from there. All right, so and again, I have a lot of reasons to believe that we have liquidity still sitting at this low for price to still be attracted towards, right? So I don't see price just come towards the downside. Current region is between 6804 and 6695. 6804 and 6695. So that basically is what I'm expecting for the individual currencies during the course of the week. Now let's look at some commodities together. All right, so at this junction, yes, remind me. At this junction, right, I just want you to, if you have any commodities you want us to look at together, you can just drop them in the chat box and we'll look at them. All right, but let's start with gold. So let's come to the 4-hour time frame. Now, we've seen for the past couple of months, right, we saw the massive bullishness of gold, and we've now had a form of break of structure on gold, at least on the daily time frame. All right, we've got a form of change of character rather on gold. We're going to see that this low, all right, which was our major, which should have been anyway, our major swing low has been broken. All right, and then we're going to see that price came towards the shoulder region, the right shoulder of this, and we've seen another rejection towards the downside. So basically, I'm still quite bearish on gold. All right, but during the course of this week, rather, I think this current region I have here is still working out 2678.57 and 2664.86. Between 2678.57 and 2664.86 is my current supply region up of gold, and I'm still watching out for that guy to still hold up. Right, so basically, I want to still watch out for this guy to still give us a substantial drop in the course of the week. So for me, I'm watching out for more reasons for sales of gold during the course of the week. So all that is clear. I don't think I need to elaborate so much on that. That basically is what I'm watching out for on gold. All right, next up, I'll be looking at GJ. I'll be looking at GBPJPY, GBPJPY, GBPJPY. Yeah. All right. So for GBPJPY, I'm also quite bearish rather. Or I'll be quite bearish in the course of the week. But basically, I want to still see price push up again. Now, let me tell you what I usually work with. I try my best rather to work with where exactly I see liquidity resting. I knowing fully well that one thing that price is always going to do, no matter the condition, is to seek liquidity. Price is always going to seek liquidity. Know that and know peace. At least when it comes to forex trading, right? And if that is true, it means that for every region where you have your eyes and you have lows, you know that there are others sitting around there, meaning that there's liquidity sitting there. So at this point in time, or at least at this region, I can see around 191.243. I know that there's liquidity sitting there. All right. So what basically I'm watching out for now is for price to come towards that liquidity. All right. So what that means then is that I'm watching out for price to push up at least towards this end, split this liquidity from here, this I here. All right, move towards the upside, and then we get our continuation for the sell. So basically, I'm still working with the overall bias I have for the bearishness that we can currently see on GBPJPY, but I'm still quite bearish on GBPJPY. Basically, we're just looking out for where exactly we can enter that sell from. All right, and for me, at least on the 2-hour time frame, this is something I feel this is a zone rather than I feel like will work out a lot. All right, so coordinates for that is between 192.273 and 191.839. 192.273 and 191.839. All right, so by all means, before taking any of this, I expect that you work with your own confirmations on lower time frame, or especially if you're not a swing trader. For most of us who are scalpers, or for most of you, but maybe you're even on the 5-minute time frame. So work based off of lower time frame confirmations, and I'm very sure you will be fine during the course of the week. All right, so that basically is my expectation for GBPJPY during the course of this week. Next up, I'll look at GBPUSD. Now, during the course of last week, I was very bullish on GBPUSD. We got to see that play out quite well. I'm sorry, give me a minute. Mr. Jalal Sadiq, NZD-USD definitely would go. We'll touch on it during the course of this stream. All right, so GBPUSD, as I was saying, I was quite bullish during last week. I think I explained something similar for GBPUSD and EURUSD. I was explaining the break and retest, and we saw that play out quite well. Did we see it on GU? I know we saw it on EU. Did we see it on GU? No, we didn't see it on GU. We didn't see it play out well. It was from around somewhere like here. I was expecting price to at least come towards the upper region, of this range before. That was on Friday, last week Friday. All right, and then we'll get to see it by just on EU. However, we're still able to capitalize on the overall direction for the buys on GU. Now, if you're around for our live stream on Thursday, also when we're doing the weekly trade idea session, right? We gave away this buy, all right. We saw this zone, we're expecting the break and retest out of this range again, and then we saw that happen during the course of the week. So I'm just using this one to do advertisement. All right, do well to join us on Thursdays for our stream. All right, but basically this is what I'm expecting for during the course of the week. I'm still quite bullish also on GBPUSD. However, there's some level of resistance I'm currently noticing from this point. This is between 1.27679 and 1.27316. Now, the reason why I'm interested currently in the level of rejection I'm getting in this one, let me just move this by to the side for a bit. The reason why I'm interested in this rejection I'm getting from here is very, very simple. Initially, all right, when you see this type of candle being formed, all right, this is a rejection candle here. This last bearish candle here is a very, very strong rejection candle. Now, when usually you see that rejection candle being formed, what it gets to tell you is that price should continue. What we have now learned is that usually when you get to see a rejection candle and then you get to see that after that rejection candle is formed, you're still seeing some level of bullishness, and it looks like price is trying its best to near that place. Maybe it wants to sweep, that high, or it wants to sweep that high. What you should be watching out for should be a continuation. So in that wise, this rejection candle or this inverted armor, as you might want to call it, will then be acting as a continuation pattern, not a reversal. I hope you understand what I've said so far. Right? If you don't understand, I'm sure we have videos on our YouTube channel that can explain that a lot better or in a lot more detailed manner. But basically, what I'm trying to say is that we should still then watch out for this guy to give us a bullish move, like a bullish move. So I'm quite bullish still for GBPJPY from a swing perspective. So maybe on the daily 4-hour time frame, I'm still going to be bullish. But maybe during the earlier depending on however we see market open anyway. But maybe during the earlier days of this week or the earlier hours of this week, let me not say days, right? We might see something like this. So we might see something like this. So price drop a little bit, then continue bullish. To seeing this guy continue bullish, right, is because I can see that we now have these eyes here, all right. And if these eyes are relatively close to each other, right. So for me, these are relatively equal eyes, right. And then I'll be watching out for the possibility for that to attract price, all right, for a sweep of liquidity. Very, very simple, very, very straightforward. So a little bit of a bearish move during the beginning of the week, and then we get to see price continue for the bullish move overall. Is what I'm expecting on GBPUSD. So my advice to you rather at this point in time is for Monday, Tuesday, capitalize on looking out for sales. Right? Depending on how exactly we get to market open. If you get to that when market opens, you get to maybe one gap and then price closes above. Maybe that gap opens above this region. Just watch out for a little bit of retracement and then continue for your buys. All right, that's very, very straightforward and simple. Right? But for right now, what I can see is sell to buy looks to be in order on GBPUSD. Right. So if I thought you get to the market opens normally without any manipulation, just look out for your scalp 5 minutes, take up your profits and close out for that. All right, so how that is clear for GBPUSD. Next up, let's look at GBPCAD. Let me check. All right, still just only NZUSD. So GBPCAD, what I'm watching out for right now is a buy to sell, but that buy is very, very short, very, very short buy. I basically just want to see the price enter into this region. Let me see, because I didn't show it to the. Let me make sure this is as accurate as possible. Yes, so my current supply is between 1.79059 and 1.78575. I'll come again, 1.79059 and 1.78575. That's currently my supply region off of GBP, because I just want to see a little bit of a push towards the upside to get to the viral sell off of this guy. So I don't think I need to take too much time on this. Very, very straightforward. Something that you can just work with. So that's it for GBPCAD. Next up, let's see GA. Then maybe we'll do USDCHF. So Mr. Jola, don't worry, I'm still coming to NZUSD. I just want to go down the line, so to speak. So for GBPAUD, I think I'm quite bearish. I think I am still bearish. Let me not say I think, I believe I'm bearish. All right, so basically this is let me show you from the higher time frame so that we can see, or we can at least understand what exactly I'm seeing. So let me delete this and show what exactly I am seeing. Coming. Very good. So this basically is what I'm seeing now. From the current structure I can see here. All right, let me still zoom out. Yeah, so from the current structure I can see here. Let me see if I can mark it out from something like here. Yeah, so let's use this region. Yeah. Very good. So something like this. So basically what I'm currently seeing is my major, the last low or the last high for me, or the last point I want to refer to as the high. All right, in this case, and this will be the last point I want to refer to as a low. Meaning that whatever I'm seeing right now, since I'm seeing that current market structure is looking bearish, right? Whatever I'm seeing right now is towards the end that price should continue in the downside or towards the downside. And if this was my last high, all right, and this was my last low, that means that using my Fibonacci retracement tool, I should be able to find a good enough point to see where price should retrace to before I get a continuation, and which, as I'm sure most of you would be conversant with, where is in this region around the 78.6 towards the 8.6 region. All right, which in this case is our premium. Right, so we're watching out for the sales from somewhere like here. Now, again, this is one of the issues I usually have when I get to something like this. We've seen multiple, multiple touches of price in this zone. So we've seen 2 here, giving us this tweezer top before we got to the drop. But we've seen another one here. This was the third one. And we've seen like 4 or 5 more. You know that currently price is still doing its overall best to try to touch this place again. Price is still trying to break out of this place. Now, one thing I'll just advise you to do, even though overall I'm still bearish, all right, I'm still watching out for this zone to hold, because we've seen a simple sweep of this high here, all right, and I don't think we should get a sweep that will continue pushing price towards the upside, all right, currently on GBPCAD. So basically, what I would just advise and I would just tell you to do is just watch out for a very good rejection on the lower time frame, so that if you're taking up this trade for a scalp. All right, so on the 5-minute time frame, if you get to a candle formation that looks something towards this end, like this last bullish candle here, this white one here, right? If you get to something like that, then I think that's a very good confirmation for you to enter in for yourselves, and then you can just use your previous high as your stop loss, and then take up a short sell from there. All right, and again we have this low where liquidity will also be sitting. All right, so let me do this now. Yeah, so this is basically what I'm watching out for on GBPAUD, a sell continuation. I hope understand what I've just said so far, and I hope you'll be able to work off of this also. Next up, let's look at USDCHF. Very, very simple. I don't think I need to take too much time on this. This was the sell we're expecting during the course of last week on USDCHF. So that happened. Now, this is one of those rare cases where you actually get to that price didn't even come back towards the gap anymore. One of the rare cases. But eventually, expect that price is going to come in. Same way for an imbalance, you don't expect that immediately you see an imbalance, the price should immediately come and fill that imbalance. Same thing also applies for this gap here. So don't expect that price is going to come up anytime soon towards that gap. But all the same, expect that eventually price will come and fill that gap, or at least will come towards that gap. So basically, this is a sorry about that. I think my internet disconnected for a bit, but as I was saying, this is a very interesting type of situation around here, between 0.8767439. All right, let me come again because I'm hearing that my internet is disconnecting. All right, so pivot region of our buy, all right, or demand zone rather at 0.87439. So I'm watching out for a sell to buy off of USDCHF. Very, very simple, very, very straightforward. I hope that is clear. So basically, I'm just watching out for price to sweep this to break below this low here, right, and then continue towards the downside, and then we get to see our buy immediately after that off of this guy. So very, very simple on USDCHF. Before I end, I'll just do EU, I'll do GN, then I'll take NZD/USD. All right, and I don't think we have any other commodities that anybody's requesting yet. So basically, I'll just do GBP, I'll take EURUSD, GBPNZD, and then NZD/USD, and then we'll call it a session. All right, so for EURUSD, basically, I'm watching out for the buys, also something similar to what I said that I was expecting off of GBPUSD. All right, so during the course of the week, you might get to see some level of sales, maybe during the earlier days of the week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Right, forgive me, I sincerely forgot. Happy New Month, everyone. All right, and one very, very good thing about New Month is that this is also NFP week by inference. I'm not sure if we're going to have NFP this December. We should have. I think we are having NFP to be on Friday, right? So, happy New Month. This is the last month in the year of 2024. Thank you for joining us on this journey so far. I'm very sure you've had a profitable year, right? And if you have not, go and tell yourself that you want to have a profitable year next year. All right, but all the same, let's go back to what I was saying. Sorry. So for USD, I'm just watching out for this guy, to give us overall buys, right? But definitely during the course of the week, we might get to some level of rejection from here. This is around 1.06098, which as I'm seeing it right now, is the last major resistance that we had off of this guy. So I'm still watching it to hold for a little bit to get to see some level of bearishness from here. Price just give us a little bit of a continuous for its buy, right? So I want you to just be careful and then to watch out also for this off of your own charts. Again, like I usually say, do your own analysis and then just corroborate whatever you are seeing, whatever we are seeing here. All right. So if you're telling that you can watch out for shorts, for for some scalp sales, right? Just do your best to watch out for the same thing. Look out for your entries, and I'm very sure you will be fine. All right. So on the higher time frame, on the 4-hour time frame, this is what I'm expecting: a rejection of this previous resistance here. Price goes down a little bit, and then we get to see price continue its overall push towards the upside, at least up to here. All right. So this is between 1.07288 and 1.06843. 1.07288 and 1.06843. That's currently my major zone I'm watching out for sales from, right, during the course of the week. But I hope that is clear for Euro USD. Second to the last for the night is GBPNzd. All right, so yeah, second to the last for the night is GBPNzd. So for GBPNzd, you can see that currently we're in a descending channel, meaning that overall we can see definitely price being bearish. Now, if price is bearish, it means we should be looking out for reasons for sales. All right, so basically what I'll do, you can see that I didn't mark out any region, I didn't mark out any zone of this. Is very, very simple. Once you see market open, let me go down to 30 minutes for this. I think for this one, I can try my best to work off of the 30 minutes time frame. All right, so once you get to market open, what I'll just tell you to do is very, very simple. Watch out for a break below this point here. This is around 2.14655. 2.14655. So watch out for a body break below there. All right, once you see a body break, definitely watch out for a retest of this. In fact, you can just use this whole zone here as your entry criteria. So watch out for a break and retest, a breakout, yes, and a retest of this region around here. Let me just draw that up a bit better. All right, so you can easily use, this point as your entry, and maybe use this previous high here as your stop loss. All right, and then you can take up your trade for the sales off of GBPNzd. All right, but overall, you can see that I'm quite bearish off of this guy. I'll be tracking on GBPNzd in the course of the week. So just watch out for sales like that, and I'm very sure again you should be fine. All right, so that's it for GBPNzd. Last but not least for the night is NZD-USD. Now, I've not done any previous analysis on NZD-USD. I think for a while I've been avoiding NZD-USD. I've been avoiding trading NZD-USD. All right, but let's see it together. And if I'm to work based off of strict, what do you call it? Correlation. I would say that NZD-USD should also give us some level of buys during the course of this week. Let's see. Let us see. Let me go to the daily time frame first. Let's start from there. All right. Do we have any interesting pivots for us to work with? No, nothing that we can work with on the daily time frame. So let's see. For our time frame, this is an interesting, order block here, and we're still getting to see rejections from there. All right, but however, for me, this other block has been tested once around this other structure. This other block would most likely, have lost some level of strength. All right, so let me delete this one here. Okay. Yeah. Sorry, just give me a minute. Let me delete this. Yeah, sure. If that has lost strength, it means we should be looking out for the next valuable one. So I think then on this guy, we might just see something like this. This would be my demand. Let me see on the 2-hour. Yeah, so this area might just be my demand. So something like this is what I'm watching out for off of GBPNzd during the course of this week. I think I can delete this one now. So I can just mark out the regions for liquidity to possibly be swept away from. This one is one we've seen the price. We just had a short sweep out of there, and then we're seeing some level of bearishness. So this is another one here. So let's watch out for something like this, something towards this end rather. So a sell to buy during the course of the week off of NZD-USD. I'll be watching out for that buy entry between 0.58933 and 0.58801. 0.58933 and 0.58801. All right, basically that's what I'm watching out for off of NZD-USD during the course of this week. All right, but by all means, I want you to be very, very cautious about this. I want you to take up or practice proper risk management as it was, all right, off of this, or any of these trades, all of these trades, basically. But this is basically my bias for NZD-USD during the course of the week. So let me just say this before I end the stream, right? Once the price gets into here, all right, for the buys. Once the price gets into here for the buys, by all means, watch out for a rejection candle. So even like I usually say, because you have your demand zone and your supply zone marked out, does not mean that price should, respect it. So make sure you work with entry criteria. So apart from the fact that you have your entry zones or your point of interest or your areas of interest or whatever, your other blocks, make sure you have entry criteria. So what I want to say, candles telling me when I get see price come to that. So I'll play, you can work with block type conditions like a double break of structure. You can easily work with maybe break of trend line or return to the other block, whatever it is you're using on lower time frame. Sometimes I tend to use, candlestick formations. I tend to watch out for rejection candles. Some people also watch out for, what they call this stuff, engulfing candle formations. So whatever it is you want to watch out for, basically, watch out for it. But I think you can get to see this buy from here. So basically, I'll just watch out for any of those confirmations when I get to see price come here. And then we should be good to enter in for the buys of Gbpnzd USD. So I hope that is clear, Mr. Xauusd. All right, so again, let me see. Do we have any other requests? No. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, with these years of mine, I think we have come to the end of today's live session with us at Usdchf Academy. Thank you very much for joining us. Please, again, practice proper risk management. This is the end of the year. It does not make sense to lose all the money that you have been packing since the beginning of the year. You now lose it in December. Money that you're supposed to use for flexing for debt in December. You now lose it in December. Please be very careful. The market sort of changes. All right, you have the fact that many investors are looking out for different places to put their money. Some people are taking money out of forex, putting it into crypto, because right now everybody's saying crypto is in bull, everything is in bull run. So everybody is looking out for how they can put their money into crypto and turn that $10 into $1 million. Because you've heard that one 12-year-old did it, you believe that you can do it. This is not financial advice, but make sure you practice proper risk management, whether you're trading forex, crypto, stocks, indices, whatever it is. Practice proper risk management, right? So thank you very much for joining us for tonight's market every session, and I'll catch you guys in our upcoming streams. Have a wonderful rest of the night and have a wonderful week ahead. Goodbye and God bless.